I'm Harper Quinn, 33, senior software architect, the invisible older daughter who paid her own college tuition while my little brother Mason, 28, found himself on mission trips my parents funded. For 7 years, I lived like a monk. Side gigs, no streaming services, HEB brand everything. Every dollar funneled into an account labeled Get Out. When I found the 1930s cottage in Travis Heights, peeling paint, original longleaf pine floors, creaking like a horror movie, I didn't care. It was mine. I closed on a Friday, got the keys, and cried in my car like a lunatic. Saturday morning I woke up to that group text sent to 87 relatives and church friends. Mason had already changed into a t-shirt that read Home Sweet Home and filmed a TikTok dancing on MY porch. Caption: When God restores what the enemy tried to steal. The comments were brutal. So proud of you for standing on God's promise. The prodigal house returns. I called my parents. Mom answered singing, "Victory is mine. In Jesus' name." Mom, that's my house. I bought it yesterday. Silence. Then Dad took the phone, calm as a Sunday sermon. Honey, the Lord spoke to us last year in prayer. That exact street, that exact shade of turquoise. He said it would be Mason's first marital home. You must have misunderstood the listing when you put in the offer. I laughed. I actually laughed until I cried. There is no marital home. Mason isn't even dating anyone. I have the deed in my hand. Dad sighed like I was the difficult one. We've retained counsel. We'll be filing for constructive trust and fraudulent transfer. It'll all be sorted by next Sunday if you just cooperate. They sued me on Monday. The petition claimed I had breached familial covenant and interfered with divine inheritance. They wanted the judge to force me to deed the house to Mason for $1 to restore biblical order. My attorney, Valentina Cruz, read it once and said, "I've seen ugly. This is performance art ugly. Let's countersue for slander of title and malicious prosecution." Discovery was delicious. Bank records showing Mason had negative $400 and a Venmo history of Whataburger and V-Bucks. Screenshots of Mom texting the seller's agent begging her to hold the house for the Lord's chosen son. A 47-minute voice memo from Dad to their prayer chain explaining how my rebellion was blocking Mason's ministry. The courtroom smelled like lemon polish and karma. My parents brought half the congregation wearing matching "Restore What's Stolen" shirts. Mason took the stand in a blazer 2 sizes too big, swearing God had given him a vision of that exact kitchen island. Valentina played the voicemail of my mom telling them about the house the night I went under contract, Mom replying, "That's nice, honey, but we're fasting for Mason's future wife right now." Then she dropped the bomb. The seller, Ms. Dolores Garcia, elderly widow and church member, took the stand and testified that my parents had tried to bully her into breaking my contract after closing, offering her $5,000 cash for the kingdom to evict me and sell to Mason instead. The judge, a tiny woman with a voice like gravel, didn't even let closing arguments finish. Case dismissed. Sanctions awarded against plaintiffs for filing in bad faith. Title quieted in favor of Ms. Quinn. And Mr. and Mrs. Quinn, next time the Almighty wants real estate, tell him to bring a cashier's check and a realtor like the rest of us. The gallery went dead silent. Mason started crying about spiritual warfare. Security removed the t-shirt people. That night I hosted a porch party, string lights, tacos, 0 family invited. My neighbors brought champagne. Valentina brought the court order framed. I changed the locks, installed cameras, and planted a pride flag just to watch the group chat explode from a safe distance. 6 months later, the bungalow glows butter yellow. My office has floor-to-ceiling bookshelves, and the kitchen island Mason saw in a vision now holds Saturday morning pancakes for friends who never once asked me to be smaller. My parents still send monthly letters about forgiveness. I use them as kindling for the fire pit I bought with the sanctioned money the judge made them pay. Some daughters inherit trauma. I inherited a mortgage and 3.5% interest and the sweetest revenge, living well in the exact house God apparently forgot to put Mason's name on the deed. Drop a house with garden if you've ever had to evict your own family from your future.